What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of How's About Thursday. It's a beautiful day outside. Today we're going to get into the design and dilemma section of How's and go through and see if we can take a look at, see what people are having trouble with, challenges, what our opinion is on their comments and thoughts, what we can learn. So let's go to stories and advice and design dilemma, and let's see what we got here that we can. Old owners cut down healthy tree after our offer was accepted. Oh man, that's a bummer. Front door colors. Can't figure out a layout for my living room. Please help. Done a living room before, so let's try something new. Side lights or no side lights on front door. Let's jump in there real quick and see if there's an easy answer to this question. Let's see. Are side lights going out of style? We are building a new house that is craftsman style and trying to determine if we need it or not. Attached is a recent drawing, and I'd like your opinion. We're increasing the front door size from what is shown, 6'8" to 8 foot. Should we widen the door and go without side lights? So let's see what we got here. I've got, oh man, I wish this was turned. All right, so I'll just turn it here from my view. It looks like they've got stone pillars that come out and have a little recessed section for the entry there. It's got a two side lights. It looks like they're going to raise the door, which I agree, have a taller 8-foot door. There's also some strange stuff going on. It looks like maybe this is some kind of split level house, or like you walk in lower and then come up because of the way that these window sill heights are and some other things. So I'm not sure what's going on with that and why those window sills are so high in relationship to the floor level as you come in. I would say that you probably don't want to have, depending on what's going on inside the space, you probably don't want to have just a door when you've got such a focus and on this whole like alcove thing with the gable and all that. I think having two side lights is a nice way to go in this case. I don't think they're going out of style or anything. I think they are what they are, and they've always been around, and they always will be around. So I would say keep the double doors, keep the double side lights on either side of the door, but go ahead and raise the height, all that whole window door system to 8 feet. It'll be much more impressive. I would just study as to why these side windows are stepping up so much. So let's see what some of these people say. Jamie says side lights are very much in style and give your door some extra size to stand out. I think they would look lovely. I agree. Not only does the door require side lights, it also requires a transom. No, if you're raising the height, I think you can be okay. They have this picture here. I think if you're going to 8-foot door, I don't think you have enough room in here with the alcove and stone that goes around there. Lamps USA says, I agree with Beverly comments. The front entry is star made, blah, blah, blah. What are your thoughts if we double the door with a transom above? That would look pretty good. You could do a double door that's less craftsman style, I would say. Typically craftsman, you think of a single door with side lights, but you could do a double door. That depends. Not many people like double doors for entry door. That seems more like a patio or a porch door. That would be kind of a French type of thing. That's just my opinion, of course. Beverly says no to the double door. Let's go down. She's picking out other stuff for them. Do you think we should go to an 8-foot door, side lights instead of 6'8"? Yes, I do. Should the side lights be full as pictured at half? Full side lights. I would definitely do full side lights. And then here's a picture of a nice door with a transom. That does look nice. But then again, if you're going to do an 8-foot door, you put a 2-foot transom on, you're at 10 feet. You're probably not going to, that might not work with what you got going on inside or that gable covered entry area. If you're doing a single door, I'd probably do side lights. Everybody seems to think side lights are the way to go. Side lights are not going out of style, and they're not really a style to begin with, I would say. That is an easy one there. Let's see if we can find another one. We'll get a two for one on this. Kitchen faucet placement help. Measurements in 2 days. Uh-oh. We better hurry up. We got 2 days to solve a problem. I've been pulling my hair out researching this. I found a few threads on Houzz, but I still can't come up with a decision on this. My sink base cabinet is off center to the window. Before anyone starts commenting on the design, due to budget constraints, I had to keep the same layout. It was not going to put. So she's worried about people commenting because Houzz can get a little mean at times, and people can kind of go off the rails and just blast people's projects. And she is setting this up, maybe hopefully that people will be a little bit kinder in their comments. And I agree. I mean, people need to really back off and be a little bit less opinionated. Even though I'm giving my opinions on this, I feel like I try to do it in a very kind way, and hopefully you agree. Let's see, should I read this whole thing? I love everybody's opinion on the faucet placement. Center of window, center of sink. Had to rest it on the cabinet ledge to give it move slightly. It's ledge sink. Plus the drain, it's offset to the left. I'm not sure if I need air gap for the dishwasher. Faucet is coming Monday to pick measurements. Okay, so this is a situation where you've got like a constraint here. You've got the dishwasher on the right. You've got the window in between the upper cabinets, which you left in place. So, I mean, and then you've got lower cabinets, which are left in place as well. And you got a sink there, a little bit off center of the window. Now, I am a huge believer in symmetry, but when it's impossible to achieve, you have to kind of give and take and just accept the fact that what you have is a situation where not everything is going to be perfect, and you've got to make the best of it. And so my thought is, for one, this is your sink here. So it's a sink with no holes, so you're not pinned down to putting the faucet dead center of the sink. It is a one hole sink, a large sink, and depending on the type of faucet you have, if you had something very tall coming up that could basically have a sprayer that could reach the entire sink, I'm not opposed to offsetting the faucet in this case. Most times I would say center the faucet on the sink and let the window be what it is. But given the single bowl sink, the fact that it's not like half an inch off, it's more like 2.5, maybe 3 inches off. I think that looks purposeful if you were to offset something 3 inches, even 4 inches off to the side. I think we see it quite often, and depending on how high your faucet is going to be, looking from an angle, you're going to notice more of that faucet being on center with your window than you're going to notice it being on center with your sink. When you're up on your sink, that's when you're going to see that the faucet's a little bit off. And I think that's okay, really, if you think about it. I mean, you've got a huge sink. You've got a faucet coming in from a little bit off the side, gives you room to kind of maneuver on stuff, keeps everything centered with the window. I think centering on the window is the way to go. So let's see what other people have to say. Have you thought about adding a soap dispenser? I prefer it centered on the window. Let's see. Agree with Philip. Center the faucet to the sink. Let's see. Philippe says, I prefer it centered to the window. The soap dispenser installed to the left can balance that area. I wouldn't do a soap dispenser. You're never going to reach behind up in that cavity there to like fix all that stuff. And I don't know, depending on what kind you get, I guess you can fill it from the top or what. The soap dispenser things are just kind of a mess. I would keep it simple and do a simple faucet, and not try to add another thing to try to balance stuff out. Sabrina says, I agree with Philip, center the faucet on the sink with or without a soap dispenser. She's actually not agreeing with Philip. He said to center it on the window. Jennifer says center on the window. I agree. ACM says center on the window. Philippe, no, I wasn't that keen on soap dispenser. Catherine said I would put the faucet whichever way is easier for actually utilizing the sink, and then offset the centerness. I think it's close enough to the center of the sink that if you were to mount it based on the center of the window, you're going to be fine with the function of it. Unless it's some weird tiny little faucet, that wouldn't make sense anyway, right? Center the faucet with a sink. Let's see, no drain, offset the right. Center the faucet with a window. That's what you'll see first. So I think a lot of people chimed in on this one, and it seems like the majority agrees to center with the window, move on and accept the limitations that you have with your kitchen, and make it an awesome space for you. It's going to be doing this stuff. So All right. Well, I think we covered 2 design dilemmas today, so that was fun, and we will try to continue doing these. They're a lot of fun to go through and just kind of read the initial thing and then give my opinion, think it through as best I can, and then actually see what other people were saying. It's kind of fun to see where they might think differently than I do. I'm totally not opposed to hearing alternate ideas and seeing where I might have made a mistake or not thought through something through. And I like hearing all the suggestions that people have. That's one of the cool things about Houzz is that you can go on there, kind of give your feedback, just your opinion. They can take all those comments and digest them and come up with a solution that works best for them. This was just another edition of Houzzbouthursday, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week.